Mr Speaker, I move that this government address the limited opportunities for rural youth across Australia. As the representative for Braddon, I live in Ulverstone, a rural town on the northwest coast of Tasmania. My electorate encompasses some of the most disadvantaged rural areas in Australia. We need the government to invest in rural youth, to give new life to rural areas across Australia. When I finish Year 12, like many rural youth, I have no option other than to leave my home to attend university. This is a huge cost to my parents and a big step for me. I'm lucky enough that my parents are able to support me financially and are excited for me to attend university. However, this is not the case for many of my friends. This is the story for many rural Tasmanian and Australian youth. The rising cost of university and living away from home means that many regional and rural children will never be able to afford tertiary education. These financial and practical barriers for rural youth fuel a cycle of underachievement, preventing them from ever reaching their full potential. This is not a new issue. Now is the time to ensure the future of rural Australia. In the northwest of Tasmania, less than 15% of people aged between 25 and 34 have achieved a bachelor degree or higher, in comparison to the national average of 37.2%. There is no doubt when it comes to the importance of rural communities. No matter how much Australia develops, we will always rely on agriculture and resources to form the backbone of our strong nation. Sadly, health and education standards are steadily declining in rural areas. It is our responsibility to ensure that our rural areas have the support and resources not only to survive, but to thrive into the future. We need to make higher education affordable to all rural youth through targeted subsidies and stronger infrastructure so that they're on an equal playing field to their urban counterparts. Government-sponsored living away from home allowances for all rural students wanting to attend university or TAFE away from home is an important policy issue that could increase access to higher education. Similarly, travel allowances are vital for students wanting to attend blended learning in rural areas. Another important factor for rural education and economic growth is the limited access to high-speed internet connection. By ensuring high-speed connections, this will allow effective online learning in rural areas for those unable or reluctant to leave. It is vital that the government support the youth and people to return to rural areas. This can be done by addressing the shrinking employment opportunities in rural and regional areas across Australia. Strategic investment in rural areas could address this. A simple measure would ensure that the government assess at government tenders look at opportunities to enhance employment in rural areas. Lowering HECS repayments for graduates who move to rural areas will encourage youth to return home, bringing with them their ideas and entrepreneurship that can further develop their hometowns. Investing in rural youth will help solve this crisis in rural Australia and Tasmania. So please, support rural youth, because investing in our youth will build a better future for Australia. Thank you.